Hey, what's everybody? What's up, everybody? It's Stephen Williams, founder and president of the CreditRepairShop.com, and I got my new debt amounts here. We're going to talk about dealing with debt collectors, and I'm going to go into a strategy that we use, and I really don't usually share this. This is like one of the biggest secrets that we have with my company on helping people. Number one, get negative information off of the reports when it's just purely with technical errors that are on there. We all know, if you've been watching videos, you see it all over the place, news, radio, that over 40 or 50 million people have inaccurate information on their credit reports. But what I think people don't pay close attention to is that if you have the negative information on your credit report, it doesn't mean that if it can come off that you don't owe the debt, that you're going to still have to eventually deal with that. But in this one here, I'm just making this video just to focus on getting it off of your credit reports and possibly having the debt be either forgiven or I don't want to say go away, but where the debt collector will say that they're going to cease trying to go after the money because they either broke the law or they don't have all the documentation, something. So the first thing I want to talk about is the sheet here. I always talk about the debt. And this one here, I'm just going to talk about two of them that I see here. Is one of them is for this group here is for billing and medical coding. You see those commercials, dental assistants, nursing, where they had those commercials that telling people you can get into those jobs and those fields, and they're supposed to be wide open with people to be able to hire. You're going to get hired. Well, this is almost 700 grand worth of bad debt with these collections. And the thing about it is that these are student loans, so it's going to make it very hard to get this one off if they got the loan under a student loan category when they got it. The next one was truck driving school, almost $600,000 where people didn't pay for going to the truck driving school, so they're going to be going after people for that money. So now let's get into dealing with debt collectors and dealing with the credit reporting agencies on my best strategy that I've used to be able to be successful with getting information off of my clients' credit reports. And I'm going to go over it with you right here, and I'm going to tell you about it, and then it give you the opportunity to just skip trying to get all the documentation together and just give you that letter, give you the opportunity to get that letter. So the first thing that I want to make clear, and you probably already know about it, is that information has to be accurate on your credit reports. And if it's not accurate on your credit reports, then it must be removed. The problem is that it is hard to get the bureaus to follow through on removing it. It's hard to get the collection agencies and even creditors that maybe made a mistake to fix that problem. That's just that's how this whole industry was came about, because when people was talking to creditors in the bureaus, nothing was being done. So what I like to do when it gets, this is like an elevated way of dealing with it, and you're going to have to send this information to both the credit reporting agencies and to the original creditor. And it has to be done a certain way or they're not going to pay attention. But if you go to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, Section 611, Part B, Section 3, Roman numeral 3, you'll see that there's a section in there that makes that has laws on how they must prove the way that they investigated the information on your report. So if you sent to the bureaus, you sent to the creditor or debt collector, and they just put verified on your reports, you know when you get the stuff back, or it'll be right underneath the debt on your credit reports, or they'll send you the letters response back from the bureau, and it'll say verified. Well, that's not good enough. they could say verified, but they must show you exactly how they investigated the the item. How did they backtrack to see how that item was placed on there? Did they backtrack to see that each step was followed? Because it doesn't matter if you owe the debt if what was the way that it was placed on there, the way that uh, if they don't prove it in the investigation, the way that it was put on there was the appropriate way, it must be removed. And so what I've done is you can go there, go to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, Section 611, Part B, subsection 3, and you can read and see that this is a real law. And then you would need to construct the letter with those laws in there. If you want to skip that process, I'm making right underneath on here, there's a link, go straight to an order page where you could just get this right here with the instructions that I'm going to give you, so you could just move forward with repairing your credit if you'd like to do it that way. So if you have any questions or please comment below, and I'll see you next time. This is Stephen Williams with the creditrepairshop.com. Thank you.